BluJay, listen!
This is how you convert a BluJay into a Prowl. And there goes the armor.
Got him!
Yoink. Man, if I'd only remembered that trick when it came to the diamond armor, I would have had free diamond armor. Someone in the comments in that video pointed out that if I had drowned the zombie, I may have gotten the armor, and yep, that is still a true fact. The next time you see a zombie in your world wearing diamond armor, go ahead and shove his head underwater and hold him down until he drops it for you. But we are back here on Surviving Bedrock. It has been a little while. I've been dealing with some health-related issues, so have not had time to record, but we are still over here at the tree farm. We are not going to harvest any wood right now. We do need to, but we will just meet you all back over at the base because we got to work on some stuff over there. Okay, we are back over at Home Sweet Home Campsite. And that was going to be the basis of today's video. While the campsite is nice and all, we do eventually want to actually have a proper starter house. But there's a problem with that. And that extends to over here. Now, we are going to be claiming most of this land over here as part of our base area. And let's just wade across the water over here a bit. Over and up here. And this. This is going to eventually be our tunnel that's going to go back to the main lake. And we're going to flatten out all of this land. Do you see the problem here? This is a ton of work. And unfortunately, these stone tools, they just ain't going to cut it for this. We need some better tools, and we need it fast so that we can try to actually level some of this land out a little bit quicker than going through a million stone shovels and pickaxes. Ouch. So, what is our next plan? Well, we are going to build a staircase down and start doing some actual mining and talk about mining tips and tricks. So, there are a couple different methods for digging down and getting to ores in your world. Some people will go, like, over here, where we had these exposed caves. Where were these guys? And they will follow the caves down into their worlds. We're not really very well equipped for that. That's not going to be our method of going at it today. Another method people do is they'll dig straight down. I don't recommend that one either. If you're going to do that, dig in a 2-wide hole so you don't plummet to your doom when you find a big cave. The method that I prefer to use, and the method we're going to use today, is going to be the staircase method. And we're going to pick a spot right about here-ish, I think. And what we're going to do is we're going to dig a little opening. And this is going to be basically our quote-unquote mine shaft. We're going to make sure we have enough headroom. And we are just going to do a 2-wide staircase going straight down. And unfortunately, with our stone tools, it's still going to be quite slow. But the hope is that we'll start finding better ores. And it'll make this process a whole heck of a lot faster. Now, something you're going to want for this is plenty of torches to light up your staircase as you go, because you definitely don't want to be coming back up your staircase and run into a bunch of mobs on your stairs. You're going to want plenty of the ability to make extra pickaxes. You're going to get plenty of cobble while digging this out, which is good. And you'll need coal for torches. You'll need sticks for torches and tools. And the good thing is, as we're going down, we'll find coal like we just did right here. We can pick that up along our way, so we'll be able to make plenty of torches. So I'm just going to continue digging this down a little ways. And I will cut back in when we have something pertinent to talk about. Now, one thing I'm going to do here is I kind of did this little domed thing, and we're going to put a couple fence gates here. Because as I'm digging this down, I don't want, say, a pillager raiding party or something to spawn somewhere, come out of a cave, and start walking up behind me and me not notice it. So we're going to give ourselves a little bit of a safety bubble that nothing should be able to attack us from behind while we're working on this. Back to the grind. And another reason we changed it to having a fence gate up there is it's nighttime and I wasn't even paying attention. And this could be a fatal flaw for you as well. You could be focusing on digging your way down and not realize it turned to night. And if your area wasn't well lit up top like ours currently is, you may have some baddies coming and walking down your stairs after you as well. The definitely safe bet is to block yourself in some way. Make sure you're safe. Because you definitely don't want that creeper sneaking up behind you. And we just ran into problem number 1 when it comes to digging a staircase. Or digging straight down, or any of the normal methods. We just dug right into a water cave. And we don't want to deal with a water cave. We are not equipped for this. We do not have any of the proper enchantments. And I hear a zombie. So what we're going to do is, it doesn't look like a very big water cave. We are just going to continue to dig in a straight line. We can go down one more. Oh, we may have lucked out and only hit a very small portion of that water cave. You can continue to just bridge over it. You can go around it. You can change direction on your staircase. Some people, instead of doing a straight staircase like this, they will actually zigzag and they will turn their staircase. It does sound like we have a cave somewhere. Oop, let's not fall in. What we will do is we will continue staircasing down if we're able to. If you start hearing mob sounds, typically on Bedrock Edition, it means they're within 16 blocks of you in some way, shape, or form. And I think that's square. So there could be zombies and spiders in a cave 16 blocks that way, up above us, below us, somewhere. Doesn't usually mean they're right on top of you. Alright, so like right here, I don't have the ability to staircase down anymore. So we will just continue going straight. And we'll keep popping out a block in the floor every here and there to see if we still have water underneath us or not. And actually, at this first level, this is going to be a good point of reference to bring up one of these charts. These are some charts that CrazyBreeze, a valued community member, has put together. And this is probably the most up-to-date one, although I do have a second version. This chart was the first one that CrazyBreeze put together that showed ore distribution data. You see at the top, this was scanned in over 172,000 chunks in our Bedrock. Our Bedrock is some black magic when it comes to Bedrock Edition that I don't fully understand, but CrazyBreeze sure does. And he was able to pull ore distribution data across all these chunks to show the percentage of ores and at what Y levels. So if you look at the beginning of the chart, right here, we're sitting at about 42, which is a pretty good level for both coal and copper. What we're actually going to do is we're going to dig out a little room here. And this, if we ever need ample... Oops, see, we're still hitting water cave here. Let's just... If we need ample amounts of coal or copper, we're going to remember that. We're going to come back to this layer. And this could be where we start doing mining for those particular ores. What we'll actually do is we'll grab our crafting table. We'll plop that down here in the corner. We're going to make some signs really quick. We are going to throw a sign on the wall. Full copper mining level. Bam. So we can start doing staircase, or not staircases, we can start doing branches at this level if we're looking for those ores in particular. So we're going to continue going a little bit straighter. We want to try to get around this little water pocket. And it's still there. So we will keep going straight a little bit more. Ooh, and that sound we just heard is the sound of a mineshaft. Typically when you hear that in your worlds, it means that there's a mineshaft somewhere in your general area. We might have a mineshaft down below us somewhere. It does look like we finally reached the end of this water cave, and we can finally stack some blocks and go downward. And just like that, we found our first other ore other than coal. We've already found some copper. Copper is one of the ores that will give you multiples when you mine it. So just from those little bit of copper ore, we got 13. They're mostly decorative blocks. You can make a couple things with copper. Copper is not something that we're really too interested in right now. What we're gonna do is fill in these sides so that we can continue staircasing down. We'll dry up all this water and then break. Just like that. And let's fill it this side. There we go. Now we should be able to continue staircasing down. Filling in water as we find it. Making sure to light up our way. So like I said, we had this little bit of a bridge that we had to go across. But that gave us a good opportunity to set up a little base area. Now typically in these little landing areas, you'll want to have some chests set up to dump your drops in. Since we're not going to set up on this layer just yet, we're not going to do that. Pickaxe is why you definitely want to have a crafting table on you and plenty of pickaxes. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back to our crafting table since we left it up here. We're going to make ourselves a couple more pickaxes to bring with us real quick. Now if you notice, I'm hearing the mob noises. We just heard a skeleton. So somewhere in this area, there is a cave somewhere. But when I get over here, we do stop hearing them. So that kind of helps you identify where there's possibly an open cave. Now here on our staircase journey, we've hit a small patch of gravel down here. And I don't trust gravel. Gravel is always up to no good. Because there could be no solid block under that gravel. And if you're standing on it and you mine a block touching it, that gravel will fall out and you will go with it. So I always replace my gravel with solid blocks if it's something that I'm going to be walking on and mining on. Just a possible tip for you in your worlds. Back to the staircase. We have arrived at the destination layer we are trying to get, and we have found the first prize. Iron. This is what we are really down here for right now. And the level we are going to choose for this is Y12. And we're going to refer to this graph of CrazyBreeze on top of some old information from old worlds to basically justify my choosing of this Y level. So if we look at the different ore distribution levels, and we're going to look at iron ore. Now if you see iron ore, it's got a big bulge in there right around Y15. It kind of trickles off as you go higher, and it trickles off as you go lower. So in that Y15-ish range is your best level for iron ore in your world. But you may ask, well, why are you on Y12? Prior to 1.18, when they lowered the world down to -64, the best level for finding diamonds was on Y12, because it kept you above the lava oceans, and diamonds can generate between 16 and 0 back then. So what we are working on is we are going to be mining at Y12 because we are close enough to that Y15 to be able to get the mostly ample amount of iron, but we'll also have the chance of finding some diamonds. Because if we were lining up on Y15, diamond don't generate above Y16, so we would be missing out on any of those opportunities. Now, while you can look at the diamond ore generation here, and you can see our chances of getting diamond at 12 is now pretty slim compared to the way it used to be. It's still worthwhile to mine just a little bit lower here just to try to capture that, because you never know, we might get lucky and get our first diamonds in the world over here. But now that we're down at this Y level, we're going to make another little room like we did up top. And look, more iron. I like to do everything 3 high just because I don't like to feel like I'm hitting my head on everything. That's why I made these staircases amply tall, because I hate the head banging as you're going up and down. And we'll probably come in and add some stairs later on to make this a smoother trip going up and down. And when I do that, I may not even need to mine out the ceiling any higher because I may have left myself enough room. But we're going to dig out a little room on either side, and we're going to throw down the necessities. So we got our sign for Y12, iron level. We are going to go ahead and make another crafting table to throw down in here. We are going to make a furnace now. Hopefully you guys picked up a bunch of coal on the way so you can throw some coal in your furnace. We are going to start cooking up some of this iron we got, as well as grabbing this little bit here, throwing that in the furnace. And the reason we're doing that is we found some gold in here too. And unfortunately, you see that's mining a lot slower. That's one of the telltale signs that you can't mine that ore with the current grade of pickaxe that you've got. You cannot mine gold with a stone pickaxe. We need iron for that. And this is a pretty good little iron vein here. So we are going to throw all of our iron in here. And we are actually going to work on making our first iron pickaxe. We'll grab the 3 iron out of the furnace we need for that. And time to upgrade. Bam. Now, we can pick up that gold ore. And we can mine stuff a lot faster. And we're unlocking new recipes. You don't have to, but it's kind of my OCD. I will fill in walls on spots that I've mined where I don't intend to keep going. So this is going to be our little storage room right here. We are going to go to our crafting table again. We're going to make a few chests, which I need wood for. Let's make enough to make 4 double chests. What we can do here is let's throw these here and here, and we can dump in our extra stone in one. We can sort out our ores in another. And anything that is just, we don't need to keep on us right now. And we can expand this later. We'll probably end up using up the rest of the stone pickaxe, and hopefully we'll have enough iron to be able to continue just using iron pickaxes. We're going to build this out a little bit more here. We may move our storage chests over onto this side. And I recommend bringing a bed down here with you as well. I didn't think that far ahead, so we didn't. That way, when you do go to head back up top, you're not walking out there at night. So you see, we did get a decent amount of iron. And what we will do when it comes time to continue going down, we will probably continue the staircase later on. We're not going to go down further yet. So we're just going to kind of set this up. And then we're just going to leave it there. Because if we look back at the handy-dandy ore chart, the next best places for certain ores would be going down for gold at about Y-15, give or take. And then the big one is diamond. And everyone will argue differently on diamond levels. I will say that -54 is the best level for diamond. While it does get better the lower you go, you run into more lava and lava pools and lava pockets. and -54 typically will have you above any lava lakes. So if you mine into them, you will end up mining into it being right at your feet instead of at your face. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to set up, and we will probably not continue these 3 high. Probably, let's see, how do we want to do this? We'll make our main branch going this way. So we'll do a 2 wide, 3 high. I like my branches to be my main branches to be higher. And make sure we're lighting everything up. Definitely want enough light. Grab all the iron that we see along the way. Here's some mobs, so we do have a cave somewhere nearby. So just be mindful of that as you're mining, because you don't want to mine a block above you and you have a bunch of mobs dropping down on top of you because you just mined into a cave. So just be careful. But what we're going to do here is we are going to space our branches out about every 3 blocks. So this is going to be a branch here. And we're going to skip 1, 2, 3, and then this will be our next branch right here. And it looks like we found some dripstone, so we might actually be really close to a cave. Yep, we found a dripstone water cave. And flushed away one of our torches in the process. Great place to get dripstone. We're still not quite really equipped to be going in the water. What I might do is actually snag up a little bit of this dripstone while I'm here. Let's see if we can. See if we can get some... Ooh, we got some iron. We're going to see what we can grab here without going into the water and drowning ourselves. So you might... Come here, glow squid. Let's grab some glow squid too. Because glow squid drop a unique item, and they are only found lower in your worlds in caves. Let's see. Did I get it? I'm not sure if I got the drop. I did not. Glow squid dropped glow ink. I don't know where the glow ink went. I know I got one of those guys. He may not have dropped it. They seem to have gotten away, though. We're gonna mine. We want some of this pointed dripstone, and it should float up to us. Let's get in the cave a little bit, just so we can try to grab this stuff. Keep an eye on our oxygen levels. Yeah, we got some pointed dripstone. That'll work for us for it. Oh, we did get the glowing axe. So we can make different glowing signs and glowing item frames with those. Those will come in handy. Now, here's a big problem. We ran into this water cave. We're kind of dead-ended here. We can't really do anything. We're going to block the water off here. We're going to leave this open a little bit just so we know this is here. But we're going to have to bend our tunnel around this now. If I go in here really quick, it's not a very big water cave. We should be able to just shift over a little bit and avoid a lot of this. Some stuff down here. I see my water level is going down. I need to get out of there before I start drowning and taking damage. So what we'll end up doing is just digging around this a little bit. You're gonna have to manipulate your tunnels around objects and obstacles. But at least this was a good spoil for us. Getting some dripstone. That will definitely come in handy for us. And this being a small, locked-in cave, there's not too much danger for us in here, other than drowning. Once we have some better enchantments on our gear, we can actually go into those a bit better. Because there's a lot of ores and resources, so we'll remember that and come back there later. And we will be able to continue our hallway, hopefully, if we can just get around this. Let's try this. Let's see if this little zigzag gets us around that. Found some more iron. And we found a cave. And now here's problem number 2 when it comes to mining, is we found ourselves a nice cave. And we are not quite equipped for this. We don't want to play with caves. Skeletons and spiders, nope. So we will pretty much avoid a lot of this as well. BluJay wants to come and say hi. Nope. You stay over there, sir.
Hello.
Oh, Creeper wants to come and say hi. That's a nope. So that's where we block that off. Say no to creepers, folks. Say no to creepers. So we've got a couple options, and since we know there's a big cave right there, and we don't want to go in that cave right now, we're not going to continue that tunnel over there. So we're just going to stick a torch there, and we're going to probably continue on these branches. So there's a chance these branches might run into that cave as well. And we ran out of torches, so again, make sure you keep filling up your torches, because you want to light these up so that nothing spawns. Although technically nothing should be able to spawn in a one-wide tunnel like this, because mobs only spawn on the corners of blocks and there's no corners available. But I still like to light them up because, you know, seeing is good. I also need to remember that I don't need to keep digging 3 high. So we're going to switch to digging 2 high now just to save us. And we will keep grabbing ores as we go. We are also going to be mindful that we might dig right into that cave again, because we don't know the extent of that cave span. We're going to continue to grab all the ores we see, including copper. Copper is still a good ore to grab. You never know, mining this up, you might find more iron, more gold, or even diamonds. And now I like to fill in my holes. Some people don't. If you don't, I would at least highly recommend lighting it up so nothing spawns down in there. We are going to come back up to our Y12 layer. And we are going to continue. And making sure we continue to light up along the way. Now, one thing, say we do run into that cave, and it's kind of a null point. What we'll end up doing is we'll going back, and if all directions this way and that way lead to that cave, well, we can change directions. We can start staircase or tunneling back this way, say. So this could be our next tunnel. We can go back this way. Now keep in mind, we did run into that water cave up there a ways, but that was pretty high up. I doubt we'll run into it down here, but you never know. You may start digging into water above you. And you may have to continue your path around that, like we ran into this one here. Just remember, you can continue changing directions, changing tunnels. You run into an obstacle that's just going to be too much of a pain to deal with. Cut it off and start the next one. Now we're going to mine for about an hour or so, I'd say. We're going to keep smelting our iron. We're going to keep throwing coal in the furnace for it. And when we come back, we're going to review how much stuff we got for all that. And if we have to detour around stuff in the middle, we'll cut back to that as well. Just to kind of show you guys my thought process on that. So here is yet another issue you may run into when you're trying to dig your tunnels, is a nice big drop into a cave. This is one of those moments where I call that you need to just call quits and start a new branch, because you've reached the end. Because if we keep digging, we're gonna keep dropping. And that's a long way down. We may be able to go straight ahead, but it looks like it's a pretty wide open cave over there. Doesn't look like there's much of anything for us. We got creeper down there. Spider. I see some wood. So that would be Mineshaft right there. So we might remember this. That this one leads to a Mineshaft. So what we're going to do actually, take our torch. We're going to stick our torch right at the end there. Oh, I didn't even see this iron. Can I grab this? Ooh, no.
Nope.
Can we get underneath it? Lost one. Let's see if we can get this. There we go. Oh yeah, we got a whole mineshaft here. I'm definitely not going down there to try to get that iron. Cutting back in here, we've had quite a few dead-end moments on these tunnels. We've run into big caves that are just not traversable. We're up in the air. So we decided, okay, we've dug like all the directions this way we can go, started going this way. Look what we just uncovered. Some diamonds behind a nice iron vein. Let's see what we got. Only 2? No, 3. There we go. 3 diamonds. Now, what we could do is turn around and make a diamond pickaxe out of that. But I think we're going to hold on to those for right now. See what's the best course of action. An enchanting table might be a good move for those diamonds. Although we will need the obsidian, which means we would need at least 2 more diamonds unless... I don't think my ruined portal chest had any obsidian. We're going to continue going. We've got about another half hour on this 1 hour mining session. See if we can't find any more goodies like that. And just as our pickaxe breaks, we find 2 more diamonds in the ceiling. So we're up to at least 5 diamonds. That is a diamond pickaxe plus an enchanting table for us so far, which is going to be really awesome. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. We've got a silverfish infestation. Oh, I have never actually had this happen in survival. So we're running into silverfish. In mountain biomes, silverfish can just randomly be in the stone. Like that. And when you damage them, they call reinforcements. Nasty little buggers. So yeah. One way you could tell a silverfish stone from a regular stone is if you start hitting it with your fist or the incorrect tool and it breaks fast. This is honestly the first time I've encountered this in survival. Look, they were breaking all these blocks that I even have my torches on. Yeah, they will call backup out of the stone. That one's a silverfish block. Look, he went into another one already. Right there. And he went into another one. This is different. We may end up ending on this part of the tunnel because the only way you can prevent silverfish from silverfish blocks is to silk touch them, and we don't have silk touch yet. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to risk constantly calling out hordes of silverfish. Ah, there's more. Yeah, we're gonna turn around. That's alright, we about hit our hour mark. That was just something really different and interesting that I wanted to show everybody, because if you're like me, even playing this game for a while, you may never have seen that before. So let's look at our loot. We got tons and tons of copper. I kept finding so many copper veins in there because dripstone caves have a larger amount of copper. We had to make quite a few iron pickaxes. We didn't get too much iron, but we did end up finding 7 diamonds, which is really nice. I'll probably spend some more time down here trying to get a bit more iron, because I would like to come up with at least a few stacks of iron, maybe 3 or 4, because that'll hopefully give us enough that we need for our terraforming project up top. Because I would think next episode, well, what we'll probably end up doing is dig some more tunnels, get some more iron. We'll probably have a stream after this at some point to do some terraforming up there and digging out the area. But I don't know. I might gotta figure out what we want to do, because I want to build my starter house. and I need to clear quite a bit of area in order to do that. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. It might be another episode, or it might be a stream. But this is where we're going to end off this episode today with our chest full of goodies. And we got to figure out what to do with those diamonds. But I want to thank you all for coming and checking out today's episode, all about doing branch mining for ores. And be sure to like and subscribe and check out more content on surviving Bedrock from both me and Rayth. My name is Aggro, and I gotta skate. Later.